So the recipe I'm going to show you today is my take on a ratatouille. Now ratatouille, weirdly, the classic French veg dish, is one of the most searched dishes on the internet at the moment. Why? I think it's because you've got a load of veg you don't know what to do with. So let me give you my version that I think is really flexible, really open to taking whatever you've got. I'm going to serve it on a puff pastry base. So it's kind of like a posh pizza, and the kids love it. I love it. I think you're going to love it.
Do you want this on your pizza?
No, thank you. Put it back. Thank you very much. Love you. A classic French ratatouille would be courgettes, peppers of all colours, onions, aubergine. I haven't got aubergines. I've only got a yellow pepper here, but I have got asparagus, old courgette. I've got leeks instead of onions. I've got a squash and a cauliflower. Mine's kind of like a grilled veg ratatouille. We make a base tomato sauce, slice up about 6 cloves of garlic, go in with some olive oil, and I'm going to put the garlic in. I'm going to put in some basil leaves, 2 tins of tomatoes. I'm just going to put a bit of water in these tins, and in they go. So Jules is breaking up the tomatoes. That is the basic tomato sauce. That will receive the veggies. Let's start with the courgette. So run your knife down so it's like quarters. Put it into a dry pan on a high heat. If you had a barbecue, use it. If you had a griddle pan, use it. I'm going to do exactly the same with the leeks. And then I'll just cut it so it fits the pan. Now this scalding, instead of it being kind of oily and sweet, it kind of scalds. It gives you a smokiness and it gives you a nuttiness. And that, when mixed with the tomato sauce, gives you the most incredible dish. You could even use, if you wanted to, frozen cauliflower and still char it up in here and still stew it up in there. So it's all good. I'll just cut the peppers into quarters. The asparagus can go in whole. With the cauliflower, take off the little florets. I'm only going to use about 1/4 of this. And then slice these into 1 centimetre slices. Just like that. When these are kind of all nicely charred, what I want you to do is remove these from the hot scalding pan. So now these are out, I'll replace them with these veggies. So it's like a little factory line. Now, down here, I'm going to slice it about 1 centimetre across, and we'll simply stir it in, and it's going to be delicious. So just continue charring up the veg in the dry pan, and as soon as it's nice and scalded, then just chunk it up and add it to the tomato sauce. So as that simmers away nicely, that'll cook for about 20-25 minutes. Here, I've got 2 shop-bought puff pastries. One is regular and one is gluten-free, because I've got 2 kids that are gluten-free. Get them out of the pack, unroll them, and then get it on the tray, and even keep it on the paper that it comes in. So I'm going to get myself a regular eating knife, and about 1 inch away from the edge, just very lightly score it. So do that to the other one. Now, at this point, I can get some olive oil and just give it a nice little drizzle and just give it a little rub all over. Now with these 2 bases, I'm going to whack them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius until nice and lightly golden. Okay, so these 2 beauties are done. I nearly overcooked the gluten-free one if the kids were running around, what can I say? So if you can have a little look here, you can see where I did the little line, and I'm going to push it in. Okay, and the reason that is because I'm going to fill it with our beautiful version of a ratatouille. So now the veggies are nice and soft and tender and cooked. This will be amazing in so many different ways. Now we do need to balance the flavour, and the way to do that is a little tablespoon of vinegar. So red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, whatever you've got to hand. Then a good couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Tear some of these beautiful basil leaves, and then just simply season it to taste. Then you could toss that in pasta. You could put it in lasagna. You could turn this into a soup simply by adding some stock. So because I know River will be a pain in the backside, we're going to blend it up. So I'll do one with and one without, and just show you the flexibility of this dish. That's done. And then on the gluten-free one, I will put this sauce. So look, there is gluten-free pizza with a pureed sauce. This is my puff pastry one. It's a brilliant way to use up veg. If you wanted to put a little smoky bacon in this, you could. Or some tuna, olives, capers, happy days. Right, just take the veggies to the edge.
Feta.
Be amazing. Of course, you could use a mozzarella, you could use a feta like Jules suggested. I'm going to use some British cheeses, and these will melt beautifully. So last few little bits of basil. Nice. So just in the oven for 10 minutes, just to melt that cheese and heat it all up. Delicious.
Lunchtime!
Ho, 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 ho. Wowzers, look at that.
Wow.
That was a hit with the family, guys. You happy?
Yeah.
Okay, onwards and upwards. Enjoy.